it was out on Monday, and here's Dave and Andy from the band. Welcome.
Hello.
We were just actually chatting whilst we were taking a look at the video and everything. You were saying you're not going to be doing any live work for a few months.
No, not until, well, we've been touring quite extensively right up until sort of this summer, you know, from last year, so we decided to take a bit of a break and not tour until March of next year we start, and that's a world tour which starts and goes on till October of next year, so that's about
a world tour.
Months,
that sounds pretty exciting. But what you're going to be actually doing between now and then is sorting out an album. So you'll be sitting in studios.
Martin's been writing the songs for the last couple of months, and he's got them all together now. And we start going in the studio in about 2 weeks, so we're looking forward to that.
So with all these sort of things on your plate, do people like you have sort of holidays like normal people try to, or what? Did you have a holiday?
Yeah, I went away I went to Antigua in the West Indies, which was really different, very different. Before I usually go places like Greece, and I like Greece a lot. We decided just to go somewhere a bit different, and it was good fun.
And do you find yourself working, because they like their music in the West Indies, do you find yourself listening out?
Well, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, we listen to a lot of the Caribbean stuff, you know, the calypso stuff, and it's really good, really fun. I mean, I wasn't sort of recognised or anything at all there, which was nice, you know.
Yeah, I'll take a question on the card. We'll keep these going whilst we're nattering away. What's the first question?
How old were you when you first fell in love?
How old were you when you first fell in love?
Probably at school, more likely a teacher, something like that. I can't remember, but it was probably a teacher at school. I used to have a lot of crushes on teachers.
Crushes on teachers, don't you? Yeah, I remember. Did you have a holiday this year?
No, unfortunately, I just moved into London from Baz, and I just spent...
Basildon, that is.
Basildon.
Oh, so I like to
it's a non-Basildonian. It's a non-Basildonian.
I assumed it was some new phrase that I didn't have, you know. Everybody's sort of in Baz these days, but me. It's Basildon, yeah.
Basildon, yeah. But, so I was just doing up my flat for 2 weeks.
Oh, right.
So, but I regret it, you know.
Up to your ears in emulsion.
What was the last record you bought?
Bought. Went
Not
to the
given.
shops and bought,
Not given.
Because
well, I must admit, I haven't bought a record. Oh, actually.
ELO, wasn't it?
ELO, it must be, about 7 or 8 years ago.
78, something like that.
You actually went and bought. I'd go and buy my record if I was you, just for the fun of, you know, of paying money over the counter for it. I tell you what, somebody we ought to introduce. I don't know if you've had a chat whilst you're out there. Is Vince around?
Vince.
Where's Vince? Where's Vince who? Come and park yourself on a chair, because these three guys all know each other, don't they? You tell the story. How close you are, or used to be.
Probably a lot of fans of Depeche Mode will know that Vince was once a member.
Nice.
Going back about four and a half years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Right. Are you proud of the lads? Are they sort of moved in the right directions as far as you're concerned?
Very nice, sounding very good.
Yes? Yes? Their careers are going along the lines that you would expect, more or less. What about him? Is he doing the business?
Yeah, he's doing very well, you know, he's been working very hard of late.
Right. Whose single's going to get the highest?
Well, obviously ours.
Ours. Right. Well, good luck with both of the pair of you. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Let's have our last piece of music now, shall we, from the Aston Banjo Club. They're going to play my favourite tune of the lot. This is called Blaze Away.
New single from Depeche Mode, and with me, by a magic of television, are Alan Wilder and Martin Gore. Hello, boys.
Hello, Muriel. Hello, Muriel.
Now, Martin, unfortunately, I'm sorry about this, it was only Martin, was described recently in the New Statesman as the sexiest man in rock and roll. Now, what have you to say to that, Martin?
Yeah, I'm glad someone started noticing it.
And what I'm going to do now is ask you to stand up, because I've noticed you're wearing your belts in an extremely interesting way, and perhaps the viewers would like to copy this.
I think I can do that.
Oh, go on, stand up, let's see. Now, is that holding everything in place? Nothing slips out?
I think so.
Well, I think it's stunningly attractive. Now, you've just done a tour of Poland, you were telling me. How did you do that? Well, a few months ago.
We did a gig in Poland. We went to Budapest and Warsaw, and we tried to also line up a gig in East Germany and Russia, but that didn't happen. But at least we got to those other places.
So how did you manage to get the gigs that you did do behind the Iron Curtain? Was that hard to organise?
We just told our agent we wanted to go there and told him to get on with it, really.
What kind of reactions did you get from the fans over there?
Very good. It was both concerts were sold out, you know. Played a football stadium in Budapest on my birthday. Very good, you know.
They were very enthusiastic, you know, very good, yeah.
Can they buy your records in Poland?
I think with difficulty, yeah.
I don't think
there's not actually records released, are there?
They're starting soon. We've actually got a deal that's sort of starting with the next album. But Shake the Disease, our last single, was the #1 radio hit over there, although it wasn't available in the shop.
And a few people had like cassettes that they got on import or whatever, you know, they found them somewhere or other.
Or for political punishment, they make them listen to Depeche Mode albums. They're all very familiar with it. Now, your singles have been very consistently good pop singles. They always get to sort of roughly the same place in the charts. Do you ever get a bit bored by being mediumly successful?
I think we do, yeah. I think we would probably like to be more successful, but then again, we don't want to do all the really, really tacky things you have to do to maybe get a bit further up the chart. So it's a bit of a difficult situation.
Sometimes as well, I think England's more boring than most territories for us, because you know we do it a bit better in a lot of Europe now. So that gives us a bit of excitement at least.
Right, well, I'm glad you love a bit of excitement. I find excitement talking to the sexiest man in rock and roll, and the second sexiest as well. And talking about very sexy rock and rollers, here's the first one from our music shed. It's the Cult with their new single called Rain.
The Saturday Picture Show.
Well, hi again, and really a very sad part of the show, because now it's time for the very last pop profile on the Saturday Picture Show for this year. But I've really enjoyed myself. It's been good fun. So what I thought we'd do on the very last pop profile is invite some real superstars down to have a chat to. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it. So we're left with Dave and Chvrches from Depeche Mode. Hi, guys.
Hi.
You just come back from Berlin, haven't you? Where you've been finishing your latest LP.
Well, no, single. We just finished a single, which is due out very shortly. In between doing this recording and mixing the single, we done some concerts in France, Belgium, Poland, Hungary. Where else?
Was that all new territories for you?
Well, we done a few festivals in Belgium. You know, they were quite big ones with U2, and we done one in France with the Clash. We've obviously been there before, but the Iron Curtain concerts were new, and they were very interesting, and especially Poland, which was a total culture shock, really.
Did they all know your music there? Or?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, they'd obviously got hold of the material, you know, but it was just the fact that they was just so backward, really, in the way they were as people, you know. It was very sort of depressing, really, you know, just seeing all those people sort of who were sort of very frustrated, and you know, and obviously wanted to see more bands, and there's not many bands that go to those sort of places, you know.
Were you glad you went there?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you're not allowed to take any money out, so it actually cost us money going there, but it was well worth it. We actually lost money. But it was well worth it, you know, the experience.
You actually spend a heck of a lot of time in Germany as well, because I mean you're very popular over here, but over there even more so.
Well, we're fortunate in Europe. They've really taken to our music, and especially in Germany as well, and now France. But we do, you know, we like it over there. Martin's lived there for the last year, and it's, you know, it's a good atmosphere.
Is that why you record over there?
Well, I mean, mainly, yeah. I mean, it was just because we liked the studio where we worked there. It was a big studio, and see, we mainly work in the control room, which may seem odd to some people, but because we use a lot of electronics, we don't need to sort of use the other rooms a lot. So we need a big control room because there's a lot of people in the control room, you know. So and Hansa in Germany is one of those places where it's got a lot of room.
To sort of just generally move, you know, change studios, so we've got to get a different atmosphere every time we record.
You change hairstyles as well?
That's right. Yeah.
Another new hairstyle?
Well, you know, thought I'd do it.
What about you? I mean, is it about time you changed your hair, Dave?
Oh, yeah, I think it was quite good, actually.
This toupé's quite nice. What do you mean?
I just had a feel this morning.
Now, your new single is called...
It's called Heart.
Thank you. And what's that about?
Well, basically, this is... I'm going to get my instructions out from the songwriter.
Andy phoned up Martin this morning to find out about it.
Basically, the heart is Martin thought is quite a mystical thing, and the centre of you know, where good and evil are supposed to stem from. That's right, yeah, where good and evil are supposed to stem from, and that's what this song is about.